Привет всем, с вами я, Janey, и это How Janey Learned Russian. We're taking a break from our regular programming on the Russian cases to do something, in my opinion, that is super fun and super enjoyable, which is studying Russian poetry. And we have a special guest today. He was one of my former students. Many of you might know him from our group classes. And he started his own YouTube channel, and he's actually learning tons of Russian because Russians come and watch his channel and help him out with his Russian. And he analyzes music. And I said, okay, well, if you like music, you have got to start reading Russian poetry. So we are going to do precisely that today, and you'll get to see kind of the process of walking through a poem that you don't necessarily understand, but you're going to see how it can actually really improve your vocabulary, your Russian, knowing where to put the word stress, not to mention your grammar, because poetry, you really got to know your grammar to understand what goes with what when you're looking at Russian poetry. So let's take a moment and introduce my student here. This is Ethan. His channel is called Sir Solyanka, which is named after like a super fabulous Russian soup. If you haven't tried it, you got to give it a try. Ethan, расскажи немного о себе по-русски.
Привет всем, меня зовут Итан, я американец, я изучаю русский язык 3 года. Я музыкант, я играю на гитаре, и я преподаю музыку в интернете. Я был в России в 2025 году, и да, в принципе, это все.
Мгм. И какая музыка тебе нравится? То есть, когда ты слушаешь русскую музыку, какой жанр ты обычно любишь?
Ну, в плане русского музыка я люблю практически всю музыку.
Мгм.
Ам, на моем канале я слушаю много
Панка.
панка.
Ага,
Да, типа
интересно.
Король и Шут, и Сектор Газа, и я слушал, "Любэ", это не панк, но
Мгм.
мне очень понравилось. Что еще? Кино
Мгм.
и да, в принципе, каждую песню, которую я слышал, мне понравилось.
Мгм. Вот, и немножко по-английски. So tell me how this channel's going. Like, how is it? Do you feel like it's helping your Russian to be, kind of have that accountability partner, i.e., your audience on YouTube? What do you think about it?
For sure, 100%. I mean, just every aspect of it is training my Russian, whether it's recording the videos, whether it's reading the comments, whether it's thinking of ideas for videos. I mean, it all helps. I mean, reading the comments is insane. I mean, I'm super thankful that I get so many comments, but uh reading them is like homework. I mean, it's like
Right, right.
I'm
Yeah.
really like my brain is tired just from trying to engage with the audience. I did a live stream for the first time, so at least like with the rebirth of my channel, the other day, and just trying to like read the chat. I was exhausted after like an hour of reading the chat. It's crazy. And like when someone would write something in English, I'd be like, I could just immediately feel like a
Like,
weight
oh, thank
lifted
you.
off me. Like this is so nice for like a brief moment.
Yeah, and you know what I was gonna say is, so I want like people on my channel to know, like Ethan is gonna have, geez, way more subscribers than me by the end of the year. I think like his channel's growing so fast. So when he's talking about these comments, I mean, some of your videos have like 1,000. Like it's insane. People, so many comments. So Russians they love knowing that there are foreigners learning their language. Like it's magical for them to see that here we are living in, supposedly the most prosperous nation in the world, and yet we took an interest in Russian music and literature, and so and of course Ethan and I always laugh about all the conspiracy theories in the comments because they're convinced that we're Russians who are pretending to be Americans who are learning Russian just for views and comments, like so it's always amusing to see the theories people come up with about why in the world an American would want to learn Russian. um
Yeah, I've
yeah,
got
what's your
a
favorite comment so far that you've gotten?
My favorite one has probably been one where someone just said that they watched all my videos, like, they found my channel, they watched all my videos, and they couldn't stop, and they just love the fact that I'm learning Russian, and they were kinda learning English alongside me because in my videos, I translate the lyrics from songs into English as best as I can, and I do use a translator, um, but yeah, it was just so cool to hear that someone was, like, staying up all night to watch my videos and, like, just loving it, so
Yeah. In fact, I have viewers as well that I feel like they're part of the family. Like this guy, I think he's located in Greece, Grigori. Like he's in Greece and he's always coming. It's like I feel like I could probably show up in Greece and he would be my friend. Like it's it's actually really sweet. So he's a Russian guy living in Greece. Anyway, so yeah, I like anybody who dares to have a YouTube channel. Like it is so much more good than it is bad. You know what I mean? Like I remember when you were scared to show your face on the channel and I was like, don't. People are so much more kind than you're giving them credit for. You know what I mean? Like I seriously, I can count in however many years I've been doing this, I can count on probably one hand the number of like rude comments I've ever gotten. That's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
So
I'm glad I did it.
yeah, good. And like I said, you don't realize it, but you're making lifelong friends as you're doing it. And you could seriously show up to any of their houses in Russia and they'd like take you in as
Yeah,
their best friend.
for
So,
sure, for sure.
okay. So Ethan, as much as he is a musician, я не знал, как тебе не стыдно, но he doesn't know Russian literature all that well, right? It should be a little stыдно, that he should be
Yeah,
a little embarrassed about the fact that he doesn't know Russian literature. So I'm going to help him learn about it today. Because it really is so magical. Not only is it like the most beautiful literature in the world, it actually is going to majorly improve your Russian to like study literature, especially Pushkin. Pushkin poems are really quite easy to understand. We're going to do another video over on Ethan's channel. I'll link to it on like my community posts where we do a much harder poem. It's my favorite poem ever in the history of the world. And it's much harder. So we'll be doing that over on Ethan's channel where his Russian viewers can watch it. But today we're going to do Pushkin, and I'm going to show you that it's actually not as hard as you think it's going to be. Okay. So Pushkin is really, really magical. He's kind of considered like the father of the Russian language. Like the Russian language kind of didn't really exist in like a literary form. There was like church Russian, there was peasant Russian, and then all the aristocracy spoke French most of the time. So
mm,
Pushkin really comes in and really establishes like the Russian literature experience. So, okay, хорошо. So what I'm going to do is I specifically want Ethan to struggle, right? What's fun on this is there's some yo letters in here, but they're not marked. Okay. And guess what? It's not going to matter. And I'm going to prove my point here as to why it doesn't matter if you don't know where the word stress is on these words. Once you understand the rhythm, you'll be able to guess. Okay. So we're going to work through this poem together. You guys can watch him struggle. Maybe you're having a lot of the same thoughts as him. Also, I will do a disclaimer here that in my experience, musicians tend to be extremely good language learners. They learn very quickly. So if you're looking at Ethan and feeling like, oh, he's so good, I personally think it's because of his musical brain. They just like memorize music a lot faster because language is essentially music, right? So don't get down on yourself if Ethan is better than you are. So, okay, Ethan. So, это стихотворение называется «Узник» by Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin. Okay, хорошо. So go ahead, start reading us this poem.
Uznik, yeah, just so that I know, is like prisoner, I want to say.
Prisoner. Mm-hmm.
Prisoner, okay.
Prisoner. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Сижу за решеткой в темнице сиротем. Is this the hidden yo?
Just, well, I'm going to let you do the first two lines. Do the first two lines without me.
Okay. Сижу за решеткой в темнице сирой. Вскромленный в неволе орел молодой.
Okay, so you got the орел. Okay. So, if we at least know the stress on this, I have a feeling, because ты играешь на барабанах тоже, да? Окей, то есть ты разберешься очень быстро в этом ритме. Окей. В неволе орел молодой. Да-да-да-да-да-да-да-да. Okay, so now try and do this again. So this is called iambic pentameter. This is a четырехстопный. So there's 4 emphasized syllables, and then the last syllable will always be the stressed syllable. Okay, and so then also the second, I don't even know how to say any of this in English. The second, стопа is the stressed one, right? So, сижу за решеткой в темнице серой. So now come and see if you can figure it out.
Okay. Сижу за решеткой в темнице серой. Скромленный в неволе.
Подожди. So, we wouldn't have a stressed mlenly if it's a причастие, so it's going to be a lonely, скормленный.
Okay.
Okay.
Скормленный в неволе орел молодой.
Очень хорошо. So now you got the rhythm. There you go. And this is why poetry is so powerful, because now you can go through the whole poem. And by the way, I can't remember the exact rule on this. There's this really fabulous video by this YouTuber. He doesn't do it anymore. Mikitko Sin Alexiev. Do you know who that is? Have you found him? Oh, no. He is so good. He stopped doing it. But he has a history of yo and ye. And if I remember correctly, and I trust viewers to leave comments, like Russian viewers who know this, to leave comments down below, you really don't get a stressed ye very often. A stressed ye turns into a yo. Right? So every once in a while, like for example, есть венный, that type of thing. But so now that you know that, it's going to affect the way you read this poem, right? Most likely a ye, if it's stressed, if it's got a hard stress on it, it's going to be a yo. Okay, just putting that on. And again, I may be misremembering the video, but that there was kind of a rule that he laid out in one of his videos that was super cool. Okay, so вскормленный в неволе орел молодой, мой грустный товарищ, махая крылом. Okay, do you understand all the words so far?
No.
No. Okay, good. So let's walk through it. So another thing that I'm working on, Ethan, and that I love to do with students at your level is start discovering the joy of word roots. And I have another book in the making as we speak. When you kind of know a word root and word endings, like not case endings, but like suffixes, you can kind of make sense of what it is. Okay. So do you know what a темница is?
I mean, dark, темно
dark
is dark
something, right?
Yeah,
right, dark something.
Raw darkness. It's like I don't know.
No, you don't know? But you're right. I mean, know. once we know what за решеткой means, do you know what that means? That's a slang word. It's not slang, but like a phrase.
I sit at the... No, I'm not sure.
No. So that's specifically just a set phrase. За решеткой means behind bars. So you can just say that like about somebody who's in prison. Он за решеткой сидит. Or you can even say он сидит. Like that's implied even that he's in jail as well. Okay, so I sit behind the bars. В темнице. Let's think about olden times. If you were in jail in olden times...
Like a dungeon?
There you go. There it is. Okay. Isn't that cool? So it's like the dark thing. The dark thing. Yeah, it's dark and damp. Вот. Okay, вскормленный. You understand that one? Кормить.
To feed, right?
There we go.
But the feed, like the one who feeds us? Like
nope, he has been fed.
Okay.
So this is talking about who is вскормленный in this line.
The prisoner?
Нет, орел.
Oh.
But I mean, the орел is the analog of the narrator as well.
Okay.
Okay. So.
So the fed в неволе. Well, vol is like will. So the
Неволя.
unwilling,
Mhm.
unwillingly, or
There you go.
eagle, орел is eagle,
Mhm.
молодой is young.
Молод-
So unwillingly fed young eagle.
Yeah. So now let's get to the part like he's setting up the whole sentence. So we got to kind of read the whole thing. Okay. Мой грустный товарищ. How about that one?
My sad comrade.
Махая крылом. So for example, махать рукой.
Clap? No.
Close.
I don't know. Slap?
Wave.
Wave.
So it's almost like he's waving at him, but with his wing. Because when you махать чем? Рукой. And then he obviously doesn't have a рука, so he's waving with his wing. Okay. Дальше. So by the way, that was when we were talking about деепричастие, verbal gerunds, while standing, while, right? So my sad comrade waving his wing. Okay. Дальше.
Кровавую пищу.
Пищу. See, do you see how it ruins your rhythm?
Кровавую пищу клюет. Or is this a yo?
And that's going to be a yo because it's stress.
Клюет под окном. Krov is blood, so like bloody, maybe. I write.
No, look, that's a sh. That's a sh.
Oh, then.
And we know that too. One, it's a sh, and two, pishu is how you say I write, and pishu. Yeah.
Then, не знаю.
Pisha? You don't know what pisha is? Food?
Mm-mm.
Like food in the sense of like nourishment, substance, kind of.
Oh, like питание.
Yeah, there you go. Питаться, питание, etc. Yep, exactly.
Okay. Пищу. Клюет. I don't know. Клюет.
Okay, so this comes from the verb клевать. This is getting one of our weird ую, уешь, ует, but клюю, клюет. So it means to peck at something. So by the way, a really good phrase that you can use in everyday speech is клюет носом. So somebody's like falling asleep. It's like they're pecking with their nose, but you know when somebody's dozing off. Like, yeah, so that's okay. So кровавую пищу клюет под окном. So when you say this, you can really get that rhythm going. Okay. So his bloody food, he's pecking at his bloody food под окном, under the window. Okay, дальше.
Клюет и бросает и смотрит в окно, как будто со мной задумал одно.
Good. You see, I'm keeping your rhythm for you, right? And since you're a musicant, I knew you could handle the rhythm part of this. Okay. I feel like you probably understand everything here, right?
He pecks and he throws and he looks in the window as if with me, he thought he was alone. Or
no. So одно is a hard one to translate. So did you know одно can mean only? It can also mean the same thing. So that when we use just a neuter, like главное, одно, the thing part of it is implied. Самое главное, right? In English, we would translate that as the main thing is. Whereas in Russian, if you just use the neuter, the thing is implied. Okay. So in this, одно in this context means the same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
So he pecks and throws and looks in the window as if he's thinking the same thing as me.
Точно. Okay. Дальше.
Зовет меня взглядом и криком своим и вымолвить хочет «давай улетим».
И вымолвить хочет «давай улетим», which is that's an old word. It's okay if you don't know that one.
The
but
mole.
Good.
We talked
Remember,
about
we talked about molv in old
Yeah.
Russian means to speak. In current day Ukrainian, я розмовляю українською. That's how to this day you say you speak in Russian. Мова, українська мова means the Ukrainian language. So yeah, that's old. And you're going to see a lot of these old Russian words, obviously, in poetry. So, вымовить хочет, давай улетим. So what is he saying there? Зовет меня взглядом и криком своим, и вымовить хочет, давай улетим.
He calls me with his look.
Yeah, with his gaze, with his glance.
Yeah. And криком is like кричать. Like,
Да.
like his cries. Like his cry.
Точно, точно.
И вымолвить is speak. He wants to speak. He wants to say.
Like высказать, to like let it out, kind of say what he's thinking, right?
Давай улетим. Let's fly.
Fly. No, not just let's fly.
Let's fly away.
Fly away. Good. That prefix there. Let's fly away from here, right? Да, очень хорошо. Окей, дальше.
Мы вольнее птицы, пора, брат, пора. Туда, где за тучей белеет гора. Туда, где синеют морские края. Туда, где гуляем лишь ветер да я.
Ох, супер. Вот, все. Понял?
We are free birds. It's time, brother. It's time. To where to? I don't even know if you would need to say like to where to
there where
to there where beyond the tucci. Hill?
So, by the way, I want to point out here, I could tell you maybe for a second weren't quite sure where to put the word stress on here, but then you realized, oh, the rhythm, I have to put it on the tu, right?
Yeah.
There you go, right? Same thing with like морские края, right? Same thing there. Like the rhythm was already laid out for you in the poem, so it was super easy to guess where the word stress was. Okay, so тучи, in Russian, you have two different kinds of clouds. You have облака, and then you have тучи, which are more storm clouds.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that from Winnie Pooh.
Winnie Pooh.
Yeah.
which he has a reaction video too on his channel, by the way. So, which after, we were laughing because somebody's like, "You're a spy," and you're like, "What spy is watching Winnie Pooh?"
Yeah, bro, I'm literally watching.
You
Winnie
really
the
think
Pooh.
the CIA has people like, you're assigned to watch Winnie Pooh for the next 6 months and come up with a report
and broadcast it live on YouTube?
Oh man, people just have too much free time on their hands. Okay, so за тучи белеет гора, туда, где синеют. So what does белеет mean? I love these verbs. These are magical verbs.
I mean,
because we don't have an English version of it.
Like shining or glowing or something.
What color is it glowing?
White.
White, yeah. Like we don't have an English equivalent of
it
like
whites.
It whites, yeah. It just does its whiteness super awesome, right? So same thing again right here with синеют. What they're doing a color there. They're bluing. Right. Yeah, it's bluing. So синеют, and then what about this one? Морские края.
The like oceanic. The ocean, the edge of the ocean. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, край can translate in a couple of different ways. Sometimes it can be the edge. It can also mean land as well. That's where the word Ukraina comes. Is like, and Kraina in Ukrainian also means country as well. And you know, there's there's like a krai. I'm trying to think of all the different kraya in Russia, like Altaysky krai. So there's some different states that are called krai, and this is from the old language meaning land.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the sea lands?
Well, like the sea territories, or like those, you know, I just don't ever know how to translate krai,
yeah, I mean,
in this context.
And Morskia is like, I mean, sea. I guess I'm thinking
expanse, maybe, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, people can comment if they know a better translation of края in this context, but it's like, yeah, I don't even know how to say it. So, okay, last line.
To there where we walk, maybe like wander, only the wind, and yes, no, not, I guess da here is not yes, it's like,
Yes, it's Old Russian for and.
yeah. And me. So the wind and I.
The wind and I, just the two of us. And the nice thing here is this word гулять implies like a freedom and a casual, leisurely kind of thing. Here. Окей, теперь давай перейдем на русский и давай обсуждаем вот эти стихи. Как ты думаешь, о чем это стихотворение?
Ну, это узнике, это о узнике, который хочет like быть свободным. Да?
И почему Пушкину такое стихотворение? Почему он написал такое стихотворение? Ты знаешь?
Он был узник?
Да, он был в ссылке. Да, то есть что такое ссылка, ты знаешь?
Нет.
Нет?
Ну, я знаю, like, ссылка, like a link in a
Нет, да.
chain.
А здесь это имеет чуть-чуть другое значение. Видишь, он жил временно, по-моему, в это время он жил в Кишиневе, в Молдове. Но, то есть, он немножко общался с декабристами. Ты знаешь, кто такое декабристы? Не группа, not the music group.
Нет.
Нет, okay, we don't have time to teach you all the history. But, короче, царь обиделся на него. Он сказал, что ты участвуешь в революционных мероприятиях, ты общаешься в таком круге, и я больше не доверяю тебе. Поехал ты в ссылку, да, в Молдову, в Кишинев, на Кавказ, типа того. То есть это не то, что он сидел, он буквально сидел в темнице, это просто как он не мог вести себя, как хотел. Да, все его друзья были в Петербурге, в царском селе, и ему грустно там далеко от Петербурга.
Это типа exile?
Типа вот так. И да, по-моему, он несколько раз был после того управлен. Но да, видишь, завершился в 1824 году, после чего Пушкин был отправлен в новую ссылку. Представляешь? Да, то есть это часто бывало в это время, что если царю не понравилось что-то, то ты был послан либо в Сибирь, либо в ссылку, да, то есть, например, Фёдор Достоевский тоже был в лагере, и да, это очень интересная история. Да, вот, okay, so, again, I hope I have convinced you. Like I said, I should have called out more times when Ethan was saying a word he wasn't quite sure about, but because we knew that rhythm, it made it possible to know how to say all of it. So our poem that we're doing next time, which is going to be Yesenin, Sergei Yesenin, my most favorite, like, life-changing poem of all time, it has a lot of words that I can't even find in the dictionary. That's why it's going to be good to do it on your channel, because the natives can kind of help us. Like, I'm inferring the meaning, but yeah, there's words that, like, are so abstract I don't even know how to translate them. So anyway, Ethan, did you learn anything new? Are you converted to poetry?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely have to do some of this on my channel.
Yeah, definitely. And I can, if you want, I can help you find some of these Pushkin poems that have a really good rhythm. Like, any of the old сказки are so good. Три девицы под окном пряли поздно вечерком. Like, they're all really, like, really bouncy and really, like, catchy.
Yeah,
so
that'll be great. It'll prepare me to read some Russian rap at some point in the future.
Yeah. I don't aspire to that, but I'm happy for you for you doing that. But then also, like I said, I think it's super interesting to go and see some of these old words and like know what they mean, because they do get said a lot of times ironically, or, you know, like in English, a lot of times we'll use biblical language when we're trying to, you know, either be silly or, you know, something like that. So, anyway, do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. That was fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good. And we just did this in one lesson, but one of the poems that you and I read, it was super fun, and I can link to it down below. It's called Ты и вы, and it's the perfect example of how, in order to appreciate Russian poetry, you have to read it in Russian, because like certain things just don't translate into English. So this whole poem is about informal you and formal you, and like, anyway, so that was my first way of convincing Ethan that he needs to start reading poetry.
Yeah, it worked.
So okay, so one more time, plug your channel, and then we will say goodbye.
Yeah. My channel name is Sier Solyanka. You can also probably find it if you search in English, like Sir Solyanka. And Solyanka is a soup, if you're not sure how it's spelled. Solyanka in English. And yeah.
And I'll link to his channel down below, obviously.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. And soon I'll be putting out a video about my trip to Russia. So I'm working really hard on that. It's going to be a long video. It's a big project, but I think it'll be worth it.
And he was my student when he went into Russia, and I was like a nervous mother the whole time he was there. I was like checking, like, Ethan, everything okay? Ethan. We were so worried about you. But he obviously survived, and he's better for it. So yeah, be watching for that video, and everybody go over and subscribe to him, because it's super inspiring for all of the Russian learners to see somebody putting themselves out there. And like, again, his Russian is growing exponentially because I think because when you make yourself accountable like that, like you take yourself a lot more seriously. You're not willing to just go out there and make a fool of yourself, you know? So anyway, so it's an idea for those brave students of mine. And by the way, if you come to group classes, Ethan is usually in my intermediate class. So вот такие дела. Хорошо, это все. We will see you. I will when we record that Yesenian poem, I will link to it on my community page, and everybody can head over there and watch it. And I'll be super excited to see all the comments people leave. So,
cool.
Хорошо, это все.
Sounds good.
Пока-пока. Спасибо тебе.
Пока. Спасибо.